bad, mate. Holy shit.
Happy birthday, brother. How you going? How you going? I came here all the way here to see you. Really? 2 hours 45 in a car that I hate driving. Right, guys. So I got this message from bloody freezing, and we all know I am a morning person, so I got this message from Jacob Weatherley. And her brother owns a fitness centre in Maffra. Now, if you know about Maffra, it's not in the country. You all know, everyone knows from me, I don't know, it's in Maffra. This kid's followed me for a while. He came to one of my first courses ever. I can't remember. I've got a goldfish memory, I apologise. But I know for a fact he's followed me for ages, and I've seen his new facility and stuff. I'm like, man, that's cool, man. Like, I got a message from her saying it's his 26th birthday, and it'd mean, I'm his idol, and it'd mean a lot. She's throwing it out there if you'd come up and check out his centre. And I just said yes, no questions asked, because I remember he followed me, and it's always important to give back to the people there from the start. He's followed the hell out of me, so good on the kid. 26, owns a facility like me. I was 25, 26, I think, or two. So to go up there, I'm going to go up there with my man Alex. So I couldn't go by myself, so I think it's going to be fantastic. We're going to go up there, we're going to surprise him. Rachel set the whole thing up, and I should be in for a treat. I think maybe listen to a bit of a DeFranco podcast. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
I think it's important to understand that you need. It's funny we're talking about idols now as well, because I'm listening to one right now. It's actually quite funny, but it's very important to understand you need people to look up to in this industry to give you. I feel that. This guy right here, Joe DeFranco, who I'm listening to right now. I think that without him. Even though I never met him, I never knew him personally, he was the catalyst behind me creating Woodford. Now, did Joe give me the drive and the determination to make this happen? No, he didn't, but he gave me hope that it was possible, and I think it's very important to understand, everyone out there, that I remember this one time I was doing this speech at Deakin University. It was myself, a physio, the CEO of Melbourne Rebels or something like that. Anyway, something like that, right? And I came up and I pretty much said that idols are important. You should have idols. I'm sure you've got idols, Alex, as well. I'm sure.
Of course.
Everyone's got them, right? And I went up there and I said, listen, I think that it's very important as students. It was the faculty of, it wasn't just sports science. It was like business and shit like that. So, it's very important to have people to look up to that you dream of becoming in terms of whatever you want to become in life. You should model yourself on those individuals. And I remember going up there and saying, for me, this guy's my idol. I've got a few other idols that I look up to, but this guy's my idol. And the physio said, nothing against physio, it's just this physio said that you shouldn't have idols. That's stupid. Pretty much.
He said that after or before?
After what I said. No shit.
Why did he say that?
It was a girl, number one, because I think. But look, that's her opinion, though, bro. So have someone to look up to in any industry. It doesn't matter about my industry. It could be any. Look at, for example, Alex got me on to Gary V. Mm-hmm. Gary Vaynerchuk, whatever. Vaynerchuk. I think that the media he pushes out and that message, I'm not even in his industry. I mean, he's an entrepreneur. I guess you could say I'm an entrepreneur, I guess.
You're in a small business.
Small business, yeah, I guess that's fair enough. But Gary V, he inspires me, and it was Alex, he just a no-nonsense approach, say how it is, swears a shitload, which I think I relate to. I don't know, I just feel like he's raw. He's not trying to be something he's not. He knows who he is, he knows where he's going. And if you actually read his posts, he could not give a fuck what you thought about him. I think that's people who like him are going to be gravitated towards him. People who don't, well, that's their issue. And I think that it's very important in life that you do have people you can look up to and people that you can aspire to be. And they, even if they weren't the first ones, but they still gave you hope that you could do that.
I mean, have you heard the saying, like standing on the shoulders of giants?
Giants, correct.
Right,
yes.
We're all standing on the shoulders of giants.
Correct.
Our parents, our grandparents,
people before us. Yeah, that's how long we're going to go. 2 hours and
And I love his work ethic. I'll press, pull, hinge. Yes, that's my big 8 as far as
Big 8.
developing
Hey.
well-rounded,
Hey.
functional.
Hey, big
slash
6. The big 6.
He said 2 that you didn't say.
So he
said carry.
says carries,
Which I'm big for.
He's got 8 he looks at. So kind of different to what I've got looked at. He's had some explosive work in. So jumps, sprints, which could be jumps could be horizontal, vertical, jumping, some sort of movement like that. Sprints and carries. That's the 3 different ones. Now we all know for me, we've got what we call the big 6: hinging, squatting, horizontal push up, bench press, horizontal pull, row, vertical push, overhead press, vertical pull, chin up. So they're my big 6. So when you first get taught to squat, what's the first thing you get taught to
Bring the chest up.
Chest up, chest up, chest up. And what does that do with the pelvis and the ribs?
Right, anterior pelvic tilt.
Exactly. Flares the ribs, puts the abs on stretch. Okay, so you lengthen out your abs, glutes are on stretch. Well, you're extending up. You shorten your hip flexors. Okay, shorten your erectors. Okay, so you're in that poor position. Now, I'm not saying that anterior pelvic tilt is the worst thing in the world, because there's worse things in the world than that. But you want those abs. You want the abs to be on. You want to hold that neutral. And that's one thing I think my coaching career that I've developed is understanding positioning better. To grow, you have to put the body, you've got to break the body's homeostasis to get stronger, to get more powerful, to get better condition. You've got to put yourself under discomfort. The same goes, Alex, for knowledge as well. It's like saying if you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room.
And again, the supplemental exercises, those are usually the second or the third exercise within a program. And then I'm going to take it one.
Been a good trip so far. Listen to Franco's, kind of Alex and I stopping every so often, just talking shop. And the topic came up with Mayweather versus McGregor. Now, let me just state that I have no idea of boxing in terms of the skill of boxing. The only thing I know about boxing is I've trained pro boxers and I've trained amateur boxers. So that Mayweather will win. It's no doubt he will win, but, and this is a big but, and this is what turns, I think, a lot of people watching this fight. Put it this way, right? This is how I look at anyone. Everyone knows how I look at things purely physical, right? Take out the skill, and Troy's been doing this as a kid. I understand that, and no disrespect to the sport of boxing. You can't just rock in. But imagine if he just, there's always a puncher's chance, but imagine if he knocked him out, right? Imagine the disrespect to the sport of boxing. Here we've got a guy who is the best defensive boxer, not of this generation, of all time. They're saying of all time, Floyd Mayweather's the best defensive boxer. I mean,
Joe Rogan says that.
well, put it this way, boxers who trained their whole life couldn't even punch him, couldn't even get a finger on him. He'd never been knocked down. And here's the but that's got me thinking, and this is how I think, and you can replay this every time after the fight, but Floyd is 40 years old, right? And yes, he's the greatest defensive boxer of all time, but I don't give a fuck who you are. Father Time catches up with a lot of people, right? He's 40 years old. Now, what happens when you get older is reaction time slows down. We know for a fact strength, power, speed decreases as you get older. Now, we know we can minimize that by proper training, but let's look at Conor. Conor is in the peak of his physical powers.
He's 28.
He's 28 years old, right? Reaction time, skill, movement. Now, I am not saying that he's going to beat him, but the reason why I'm interested is to see, at 40 years old, you can't beat Father Time. Father Time waits for no one, right? He's 40. Last time he fought was 2 years ago against Andre Berthe. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to beat him, because it's complete disrespect to the skill of boxing to say that a guy who's never fought ever can rock up and beat the greatest defensive boxer of all time. But what turns me on is the age difference and the fact that how confident Conor is. And people say to me, oh, it's just confidence. Mate, fuck, man. Look what I did with a bit of fucking confidence. So anything is possible when you visualise it, and he visualised it, and he honestly believes, I honestly think he believes he can beat him, which is, that's half the battle, isn't it, in life?
And if you look at the press conferences and you see the way McGregor's, I don't think Mayweather's ever had someone talk to him in the way McGregor has.
Him,
the biggest shit talk. I don't think anyone has shit talked that in that type of way. Because when McGregor says, if this was a real fight, I would fuck you up in
And
20
he knows
seconds.
that. Floyd knows
Exactly.
that. So that's what fucks with him. Floyd knows
Exactly.
that.
He knows
Saying
he's
that,
right.
though, a lot of it's to do with money making. And fuck, man, good on them, mate. They're going to walk in the ring, make fucking 300 million and walk the fuck away, mate. Who's smarter at us than them? Fucking they are. They're making 300 million in, what, half an hour? Surely, Alex, surely human nature would say, I don't want to. What is the point of losing his record? Imagine if he's 49-1. His record's fucked. Losing to a guy who's not even in the boxing game, that's, mate, surely a little bit of your head is going,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little self-doubt. A little bit of self-doubt.
The wood.
So we stopped off at McDonald's because that's all we could get because we're running a bit late. Anyway, Alex orders, we go through the drive-thru. I'm like, what do you want? And normal people normally order like a meal or something, right? I don't know, something like a sausage egg McMuffin meal, right? This bloke orders 6 hash browns. What do you want? 6 hash browns, please. After about 2 years of Woodford, as you guys know, the brand kind of blew up in Australia especially. And what I started realising was asking questions, why me? Why did I deserve this? Why did it happen to me? And then I realised something in life was people aren't scared of failure. Most people think they're scared of failure. Oh, I'm scared of failure. They're not. No, I honestly believe a lot of people aren't scared of failures. What they're scared of is scared of being successful. Scared of being the most they've ever been. Their dreams, their wildest imagination, what they believe they can become in life, that's what they're afraid of, because most people actually don't believe they deserve that. And that happened to me. Probably 2 years into Woodford, I started questioning everything, why did it happen to me, and am I good enough, and blah, 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 blah. It's funny, most people think success is like this one direction. It's fucking not, man. It's a hard road, and obviously success is subjective, I understand that, but regardless in life, it's never going to be an easy journey. It's never going to be linear. It's going to be up and down, and the biggest thing that you guys all have to realise is, and I'm not even there. I'm 30. I don't think I'm there. I'm still working out my way in life. I think it's realising that you are good enough and that you do deserve everything that you've ever dreamt about. You do deserve, but you have to be willing to work for that. I think the biggest thing about being what we do is a communication thing. It's like, if you're not a people person, you shouldn't be in this career, man.
Where are we? I should just steal your car and leave you here.
I'm fucked, aren't I? A fair bit of trouble.
Gee, Wood. Send the Uber helicopter.
Wood. I'm guessing we're down here. No, I'm just going to go up, man.
You're a good old tailgater, aren't you?
Mate, fucking tell you what. Just had enough of driving there. Drive 2.5 hours back.
It's on the left or right? Oh, is that it? Every day you leave? Boom, boom. Here it is.
He doesn't know I'm coming, does he?
No.
Yes.
Very surprised. We just got him out the back.
Tell him because I got...
I just asked if he'd like to come down for his birthday.
Right.
His birthday
How old's he
on
too?
Wednesday. 23.
Oh, fuck, I said 26. There we go. 23. 23, Leo got that right. 23. So we've come all the way out here to Maffra, yeah?
Yeah, Maffra.
Maffra, good old country town, Maffra. You know me, I'm used to country towns at Maffra. We see a lot of cows in Maffra. A shitload of cows in Maffra, so this should be interesting to see how he goes. So,
Right.
how long's he followed me for? A while. I said to Alex for...
Probably a few years now. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. And this is called Everyday Elite, everyone, so you can see here. Give some publicity, Everyday Elite. So if you're in Maffra, if you're in the town of Maffra, this is the place to come. Everyday Elite.
All right.
What we'll do is...
Okay, hit me.
You just wait at the front. Like inside at the front.
Okay.
And I'll go up and tell him that he's got someone here that wants to sign up for a membership.
Okay.
And then he'll come down.
Perfect. I love this.
Happy birthday, brother. How you going? How you going?
What's happening? Oh, man.
I want to sign up to your gym. That's why I came here all the way here to see you.
Really?
2 hours 45 in a car that I hate driving. And you can thank your sister for it. I got your present. Happy 23rd birthday, man. Happy birthday, brother. Thanks, mate. I know you followed me for a while.
Yeah.
So your sister messaged me.
You're kidding.
And we thought we'd get your reaction on camera. We didn't know what to expect, so I thought that your sister messaged me, and obviously I know for the fact you followed me for a while, and I've seen that you opened this at 23. You're younger than me, so you've done a lot better than I have. So I was 25, 26. So
nice.
I brought Alex with me. 2 hours 45 trip. So I thought we'd check out your facility and say happy birthday, and hopefully I can give you something that I inspired you to do this. So good man. Now show me around. Show me around your facility. The idea behind, what was the idea behind setting this up? Like obviously everyday elite, I'm guessing it's just not just for the athletes, for anyone in particular.
Pretty much like the everyday person trying to get the most out of the everyday person, having the performance sort of there. Pretty much all the members use this space. And then at the back we've got a room called the elite room.
The elite room.
This is pretty much like the elite room. So this is where personal training happens, and then like large class groups as well. So
That was a good crowd here, that's good.
yeah, definitely. I had a few concerns with playing in surf down there.
Yeah, well,
It's fucking cool. Like, one end, especially cut the carpet out and then just stick the surf on the slab.
it's what you need, it's good. Yeah, mate, how you going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Tom, by the way.
Tom, Christian, nice to meet you, brother. You got to think generally. Oh, how you going?
That's my parents.
Your parents? Right.
Oh, got the whole family in here.
Christian. Caleb, lovely to meet you. Man, so when Rachel messaged me, I said yes without even knowing where Maffra was. I said yes without even knowing.
On Google Maps.
You are on Google Maps, that is true. So for us, I mean, I think that I know for a fact you followed me for a while, and it's good to give back, especially young kids. You're only 23, to do it at 23, I couldn't have done it at 23. So it's glad that I've paved the path for these guys to wanting to do it.
Yeah.
It is hard work. We'll discuss. We've actually filmed the whole ride from 2 hours, me just talking about the whole thing. So you're coming, but you've done a fantastic job at 23. I could not have done this at 23. Let alone now I'm 31 nearly. So the fact that you have done it is a credit to you, and the fact that you're doing it this is your hometown, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So you've done it somewhere in your hometown. I think that's a credit to you, because in country town there's not much of this, I'm guessing. Am I correct in saying that? No.
This building's been empty for, 8 years? It was originally a gym.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's been, sitting vacant for, a good 8 years.
I think that if you learn anything from me, it's passion and persistence, and this will be very successful. Obviously you're doing quite well already, so that's a tick straight away. So you're doing something right, and you've got structures, so that's the most important thing, and you've got your parents around you. That was the hardest thing for me, is once my parents were involved, because I didn't have my dad with me for the first 2 years, and then after everything kind of blew up, he's like, mate, you need to control your finances, because I got all this money in, but I didn't know what to do with it, because I was only young, still 25. You don't know anything at 25 or 23, you're still working out who you are as a person. I mean, I'm 31, I'm 31 nearly, I still don't know really I know who I am, but you're still learning about life every day. So I think it's kind of putting the right structures in place, being passionate, having the right people around you. Because if you don't have the right, I'm lucky I've got Alex with me. I just brought him up here, didn't even have a choice. I said, just Alex, you're coming up here. So we didn't know what to expect. As I said, we didn't know what reaction would be, anything like that.
Yeah.
And the boys were having a laugh about it, because they go, imagine if he came up there 3 hours and he just rocks and he goes, oh, g'day mate, how you going?
So what vision do you have for this facility? I mean, it's pretty new. Where do you think it'll be in a couple of years?
It's going to be the go-to gym in Gippsland. So, I'll visualise that hundreds of times over. Even before I open this,
This will be the go-to room too.
This will be the room for athletes too. So,
The go-to room, do you hear that? If you're in Maffra, with all the cows, Maffra, get down here.
How big is the Gippsland area, including here? Like what type of area, radius is that you're talking about?
Sales,
Sales.
20 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's a big town.
So you want
Say like 45 minutes.
So you want to dominate like within 30 to an hour radius of your
You
surroundings.
said 60, 70 cars.
Okay, so everyone within that radius you want to come in here. Respect.
I really don't worry about what everyone else is doing. You just concern yourself with what you're doing. That's how I look at it. Because if you start concerning what A, B, and C is doing, then you start really worrying about, shit, am I doing this right? And I've got a rule that I never really look at anyone else, what they're doing, like in terms of, unless it's the guys that I've been following, in terms of my American guys that I follow, or just if I read naturally. There's no point of following your competitors, especially around here, because shouldn't concern you. You should just concentrate on yourself and what you're doing and raise the standard yourself, because that's only going to better for your members. And then what happens is a domino effect, because then word of mouth is the biggest thing for you guys, especially in a country town.
So if someone wants to sign up to Everyday Elite down here, what do they have to do? What are they going to do? Tell them. Sell us. Sell.
They can either just come down to the gym or they can contact me. So Facebook page, Everyday Elite, so they can just jump on there, my number and contact details is all.
So what's your name? Jacob Weatherley?
Yeah, Jacob Weatherley.
So I've been down here, guys, and I give it the tick of approval. I think it's an awesome facility. There's a lot of cows in Maffra, though. I'll be completely honest with you, a lot of cows in Maffra. Country town, but they're doing something right. He's 23, he's young. He's passionate, which is the most important thing, which I pretty much go, all my staff these days is just off passion, because I can teach them the rest, can't I, Alex? I can teach you the nuts and bolts. What I can't give you is passion. Am I correct?
Correct.
Correct. So that's the most important thing. I always choose starting with passion these days. And at the end of the day, the crux of what we do is getting the most out of people. Regardless if you do what I do, train athletes, or you train general population, it doesn't matter. It's the same principles. You should care about results and getting results. And I wouldn't have grown this far if I didn't get results. That's what I say to people. I said, people can say what they want about me, I don't care, because at the end of the day, I get results. And that's the most important thing. If you get results for people, and you genuinely, this is a gem for you, everyone out there as well, if you actually care, that's the biggest thing I've found. If you show care for someone, they give it back in droves. The minute you don't show you care, they know it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've found with my growth, and as I've gotten older, and a lot more mature and wiser, I feel that mature and wiser, you like that one? Mature and wiser.
Yeah, slowly.
Slowly getting mature and wiser. I feel that I've kind of developed in my ability to be more patient with people, and my communication's changed. So how you communicate with an adult is different how you communicate with a child. But I used to have this cookie cutter approach, but it all the time doesn't happen like that. And even with females, I've got a different approach these days. So you've got different people, different tacks, and you've got to be able to communicate with different people. That's how you get the most out of people. And the crux of our job, what do we talk about in the car, is the art of being a coach. How many people know that? I do not know, but that's something I keep learning as I get older in my experience. It's the ability to communicate with people is such an art form.
Definitely.
And you've got to be a people person. And if you're not, you're probably in the wrong game.
Yeah, that's it.
When money's involved, people change.
Yeah.
So all I can say about that is just be careful about who comes to you. Make the right choice. Not saying I haven't made the right choice, because I don't regret anything I've ever done, but it's cost me a lot, my family, with a lot of things I've done, or people have said to us and they haven't followed through, but that's business where a lot of people change. That's all I know about business. I know business experience. All I know is just don't grow too quick. I've gone back to how I'm going to really be with this one centre, which is what I wanted, because the minute you have 4 centres, you dilute the pool. And then I don't know what's happening there. I just had enough of it. Too much stress, like put me through hell. But I think the most important thing is having one centre which high quality. You've got everyone on the same roof. And you don't need, just take your time with it. You don't need to rush you 23.
Yeah.
That's probably, if I look back, the only thing I'd say to myself at 25 would be don't rush the process, enjoy it. Because I feel like, it was like, I've only been doing this 5 years. I feel like I've been doing this for fucking 10, 20 years. You know, who would have thought after 5 years I would have had 2 facilities, gone on an Australian tour twice now. It's like real weird to think 5 years. Where am I going to be in the next 5 years? For me, I always want to be worldwide. Like, I had no, even when I started this, I told you, if you watch my early videos, I said I want to be the #1 in the world at what I do, but I want to put Australia on the map. Because no one was doing it in Australia. I thought if I could be the first, people would find me.
Yeah,
it just so happened like that. So it's come to this point where you got your sister messaging me. And it's just very overwhelming for me, you know, for me, and then to bring the kid here as well. He's just starting off in his career, he's doing real well. So to bring him here to show him that, you know, there are a lot of kids out there who are young, doing real good work, and I wanted to show that with my, you'd say, media presence, my social media. I can help people. I don't want 1,000 gyms. I don't care about that anymore. I just want one, and I want to help people. And the way we can do it is one gym, one city, one person at a time. And that's what we're going to do. So
awesome.
If I can come to, I'm not going to, the issue, it's open a Pandora's box to be complete on when we put this up, because as Brett said, Brett goes, the minute you put this up, how many other people will say, oh, blah, blah. And I'm real hard to say no to people. Like, I'm always one of those guys, but I knew who you were. Yeah, I know who you were, and I know you followed me, and I told Alex this from the start, you followed me from the start. And I always remember people's names. Real weird. I'm very weird. I've got a real poor memory normally, but I remember people's names. Yeah. I remember your name. So when your sister said come out, I said yes straight away. I think she wrote this long message. And
Hey, it worked.
And I wrote yeah. That was it. Yeah. And then the boys, when I showed the boys, I said, what do you think about this? Because one, for me, it's giving back. Very important to give back. There might come a time when you're older, someone around here, pay it forward. That's the most important thing. It's not always about money. Money's important to grow your business and to live. I understand it. At the same time, like, to give up 25 or probably 4 hours each, 5 hours each way for you. It's worth it to see your face, but also I can, through my social media, I can help your business develop, and you're well deserved of it as well for what you've done. And I know for a fact you're always wanting to learn, so I'm always willing to help. And come get a photo at the front. Lovely joint though, brother.
You know what my first reaction was?
Right.
You know the cutouts?
You thought it was a
I
cutout?
thought it was a cutout.
Do you think your sister got a cutout? Is that it? You think your sister got a cutout? The family's the most important thing, man. I used to never think that until I got older. So think it now when you're 23, and don't think it when I was 25. I just thought, up my ass. But too many people always blow smoke up my ass, and one day I realised that they don't really give a shit about me, and these are the people who are going to tell you the real truth. It's hard to take. Mum woke up one day and she goes, you know what, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. These people don't care about you. They just care about what you do, and they want to be a part of. People want to be a part of success. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Nice work. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you. That's fine. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you. So you just got to trust the right people. Trust the process. Trust the process. And the most important thing is trust in yourself. Don't forget that. And don't let anyone tell you not good enough as well. Because I'll come back down here and tell you I'm good enough, right? We're going to go.
Wish you well, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Wish you well.
Guys, thank you. Thank you. Thanks.